Hello, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Alright, before I could start my presentation, when you all look at this picture, what do you all think?
Nah,
Just write that in the piece of paper.
Oh,
You need not answer me, just write that in the piece of paper and pass it forward to someone. What do you think about it? And just write it on a piece of paper and pass it forward.
Assistant.
So today I'm going to talk to you all about positive thinking. The main reason why I asked you that question about what you all think about it is to know how you guys really think and what was the first thought that comes in your mind. So my outline of the presentation is, first I'm going to tell you about what positive thinking is, what's the effect of thoughts on your mind, the difference between negative and positive self-talk, developing positive thinking, how you can develop it, all those different methods, and in conclusion. So what's positive thinking? According to a research scientist and various psychologists, they've come up with a definition that the process of creating thoughts that create and transform energy into reality. How many of you got up in the morning and felt really happy but felt like a drag?
That's me every day.
So you get up all happy but just don't feel like going and taking the day on?
That's the opposite.
Right? If you get up happy, you actually are filled with energy and you go with the full energy that you're going to take the day on today. The next way is a positive mind waits for happiness, health, and happy endings in any situation. So that's basically what positive thinking is. So I want to take you all with me to this ride before I go into the details of effects of thoughts on your mind. There was a time in college when we had campus interviews, and since I was responsible for getting the companies into the college and setting up the aptitude test, so I was not able to go and actually attend the interview. But I noticed one of my friend, I'm not going to disclose his name because he's going to kill me if I do that. And so he always used to be paranoid. He always used to think that I cannot do it. Oh, that person is better than me. Oh no, he's doing a better presentation than me. Oh my God, I got just 80. The other person got 90. And I used to stand there and I used to look at him and I was like, dude, be happy with what you've got. You challenge yourself. So in all of that, he kept thinking about, he's not good. He's not better. He can't do better. He can't do better than the other person, and he never was confident in himself. That was his fallback, and he never got into any campus placements. Though now he's changed, and right now he's taking presentations as a career developer and an entrepreneur developer. So what happened during those periods of time was his negative thoughts narrowed his mind. He could not perceive what was going around him. It was just narrowed down to, yes, I'm not good enough. Then second, he shut the world out. He was like, if I'm an engineer, I have to become an engineer. I need to get a job. He did not look at other opportunities around him, which most Indian families are the same. Like the house that I come from, my parents were like, you have to be a doctor or you have to be an engineer. You have no options. Well, I didn't have the option of being an engineer. I had to become a doctor. So I had to fight my way through and get out of being a doctor. But you narrow yourself and you're not looking at the other possibilities. You're not looking at the creative side. You're not looking at other ways you can develop your skills. Then the third thing that it also includes is when you're thinking that you're not good enough with anyone else, you start taking stress. I guess most of you during your first presentations, you must have been like, oh yes, I'm stressed out, I'm having a headache. It's just because you already are perceiving yourself that you can't do a good job. Then it confines your action. So can you imagine this? You're standing you're going through a forest and suddenly a lion comes in front of you. The first thought that would come in your mind is fear. And you make a run. But you do not look around you. You could even climb a tree. You could use other things to chase the lion away. But your first intention in that fear, your mind thinks about, is to run away. But in modern times, like in our daily lives that we go through, the lions that we face are our colleagues, our everyday events. So if we cannot think aside, and if we just keep thinking that, yeah, I cannot do it, then you're not looking at other opportunities. Now, what does positive thoughts do? Looking over here, I guess most of them have written, like, I've got one scary sky, one says blessed, one says sunset. Someone remembers Lion King's opening scene. Most of them had said sunset and just one sunrise. I guess who wrote sunrise? Who wrote sunrise? I cannot read it. Yeah, J-Wen. So when she thinks about sunrise, she's actually opening her mind up. She's looking at different opportunities around her. She goes on to think that she can do it. So it broadens the sense of probability. It gives you contentment and joy. You're happy with who you are. They say being happy in your skin, right? That's what positive thinking is. Only if you're happy in who you are can you think positive and think forward. So now, negative versus positive self-talk. So what's negative self-talk? Have you, anytime when you do something, you always hear a voice at the back of your head? Remember, you all have a conscience, and it's like a voice in the back of your head. Do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. So what's negative self-talk does? It first tells you that I've never done it. You take it for granted. Like if someone asks you to do something, you don't take it up as a challenge, but you say I've never done it. Or it's too complicated, I cannot do it. It's a complex math sum, I cannot do it. Or I don't have the resources to do it. So we tend to make excuses. Then the last and the most important thing is like you start critiquing every idea that you have. You say, yeah, it's too radical a change. We cannot attain world peace, or we cannot reduce environmental pollution levels. So you all think that it's too radical a change and nothing can happen. So that's what negative self-talk does. It makes you critique and makes you think that nothing is good enough for you. Now I would go on to positive self-talk. What positive self-talk does and what changes it makes in your thinking. First, if I ask Sophia to do something, if I give her a math sum and she's like, alright, let me do it. It's a new thing, I can learn it. So she takes it on with a different attitude. Tackle it from a different angle. Suppose if me, Sweetie, and all of us are sitting down and discussing a problem. There's just not one solution to a problem. There are many solutions to a problem. So we all can pitch in and we can tackle it from a different angle. Then necessity is the mother of all inventions. This is one thing I really like. How many of you went shopping previously before the carts came into market?
Huh?
The push carts that you have in the market? The trolleys?
Yeah.
Before the trolleys came into the market, how many of you remember shopping? Did you ever think that you would require a trolley?
Yes.
Right?
I always had one. That was,
Oh my God.
that was 52 years ago.
Whoa.
So yeah, see, it became a necessity because people started buying bulk. People started buying bulk and you could not carry bulk around. So then the last, let's give it a try. No matter what you're thrown at, just give it a try. So now what are the benefits of positive thinking? First, it reduces your daily stress. It gives you better health, a stronger confidence in yourself, happier and a longer life, better management skills. You tend to take take different projects and do it in a different way, or you give your ideas and you know how to manage your time, your schedule and everything, then how do you develop positive thinking? So according to me, the three most effective methods, and according to the research at North Carolina University, the three most effective methods are meditation, writing and playing. Playing any sports, doing something that you really like. So going deeper into it, meditation. How does meditation help? When you actually, for me, my meditation is walking in the night. If I'm stressed out, I go like at 12 o'clock in the night, 1 o'clock in the night, and I'm walking down the streets just thinking about how I can do things. So it lets me think, it lets me collect my thoughts, it lets me comprehend, and you see, I'm not overweight. So it helps develop your mindfulness, social support, it decreases illness, and it gives purpose to life because you actually collect your thoughts. You think about what you've done, you think about what you would want to do, you think where you want to be. So that helps you. Writing. Writing enhances your mood levels. How many of you keep a personal diary? And when you have a good day and you write it down, you actually start to feel better. You relive the entire day. So that's one thing. It gives you the ability to comprehend. So when you read something, not just writing, would induce happy thoughts, but when you even read other subjects, it develops the ability to comprehend and understand it. Then it develops critical thinking. Now playing, you must all be thinking how playing would help. How many of you remember as kids building sand blocks, building blocks out of it? So playing is actually developing your skill set where you can analyze and fit things together. Exploring. Your inquisitiveness makes you go around explore, like adventures, camping. All that helps you develop. It builds your skill. So it builds teamwork. It builds you to think on your feet. When you're playing, suppose you're playing hide and seek. I don't know how many of you played hide and seek when you were kids? Hide and go seek?
Unspeakable.
I hide from my students right now.
And then, so it helps you to, build teamwork and communicate, socialize. And in the last, it gives you joy and contentment. So in conclusion, research has often noticed compounding effect or the upward spiral that occurs with positive thinking or positive people. So what happens if you start thinking positive? What comes along when you start thinking positive? You're happy, you develop new skills, and it leads to your success. Thank you.